It's quite deep, isn't it? It's quite deep. I guess, are you eating the snow? Are you eating the snow? That's just minging. Don't eat too much snow.
Daddy, look!
There's loads of snow this morning, isn't there? Absolutely loads. Isn't there loads?
You don't even know.
Right, we better go to school or we're going to be late. Come on, let's get walking. We've got to go to school, we're going to be late. Come on. Come on, please, Erin. Leah.
Look.
That is a big snowball.
It's from Mommy's car.
Are you covered in snow now? What a monkey.
That was Toby.
Was it Toby?
Yeah.
I can't believe he's just lobbed a snowball at your head. You're supposed to be going to school.
I'm gonna make Daddy, I'm gonna make my bag.
It's really, really snowy.
I can't. Daddy, Sean's eating snow.
Come on, let's keep going. Erin, let's keep going. I don't want to be late for school. How's Flo doing out, Eva? How's Flo doing?
Good.
Hey, Flo. Florence is up to this morning as well, isn't she?
Imagine we could play in this whole snow. I just need to take a picture.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the Sullivan family. So it's Thursday. It's absolutely stunning this morning, guys. It's stunning. I've literally just taken the kids to school. There's about 3 centimeters or 3 to 4 centimeters of snow. It's sunny. It's just absolutely beautiful. No wind. What more can I say about this morning? Absolutely fantastic. So we've had a busy week this week. Obviously I'm on late, which means I've been finishing at about 10 to 11 o'clock at night, that sort of time. So we've also had appointments this week, so it's been really difficult to film a vlog. We managed to get the food haul vlog done, and uploaded. But we're filming today. It's Thursday. We're filming today. We're going to do a catch up of the week. Zoe's going to be filming as well. We've had appointments and stuff this week as well. So and I've got an appointment with Charlotte this morning as well at 11 o'clock, which I'm going to take her to. So that's her CAMHS appointment. If you've been following our story on her story on Facebook, you'll know that she's had an eating disorder and she's in the recovery zone now. So this is just a follow-up appointment. She has one every fortnight. So and it coincides with my late shift at the moment, which is really handy. So I'll be taking her to that at 11. But I need to nip to the shop. So I'm going to nip to the shop with Florence. She's fast asleep, so she's knocked out. She's loving the fresh air and the snow. But no, I just thought it's a lovely morning. I'm going to go for a walk to the shop with her. I tried to get Joseph to come out with us, but he didn't want to know this morning, bless him. He does not do the cold. I convinced him to come to the walk to the school run yesterday morning, but that was about it for him. He didn't really like it, so he's staying in. Charlotte's in with him, and she's getting ready to go out later. So yeah, I think we'll go and enjoy a bit of the sunshine, shall we? Go for a walk down to the shop before we have a catch up with Zoe. Yeah. Right, that's me back home. So I only picked up a couple of bits. I only needed a bit of bread and a little something for my dinner tonight because I run out of my ready meals. So that was a lovely walk actually. It's really nice, it's really crisp. So I am going to go inside, I'm going to catch up with Zoe and we'll continue with the day. Okay, how satisfying was that? Me clearing the snow off the windscreen. It's a very satisfying job. Very satisfying. Anyway, it's 10:30. I've had a quick catch up with Zoe. We're going to go over to Älgård now, aren't we, Charlotte?
Yeah.
For Charlotte's appointment with CAMS. Obviously, we're in the recovery now, aren't we?
Yeah.
You're lots healthier, lots better. So we're just going to go over and have our check-in with team, aren't we?
Yeah.
Over in Älgård, and then we'll be back home again. So should we crack on?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to go over to Älgård. Right, so we've just been in, but Charlotte's appointment's been cancelled, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So they were trying to get hold of me while I was driving. Obviously my phone's on silent and everything, isn't it, when you're driving? So they've been trying to get hold of me because the phone was cancelled because they've had an emergency at the hospital, haven't they? Yeah. So the CAMS team are there today, but that's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all right, not to worry. So what we're going to do now is me and Charlotte are going to pop into Asda to pick up some sausage rolls because the kiddies want sausage rolls for tea tonight. So I'm going to go pick up some sausage rolls and then we'll head home, shall we?
Yeah.
Right, Asda's next then.
How many?
Get 2 packs of 6. Yeah, that should be enough, shouldn't it? I think.
6.
Right, we're finishing Asda, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we've picked up a couple of bits. We've got some sausage rolls for tea time, haven't we?
And then something for lunch.
Yeah, I picked up a little something for lunch. It's a surprise for Zoe. Anyway, we're done. I'm going to get home, have some lunch, and then I'll be heading off to work pretty much. Catch up with Zoe, see how it goes. Day is flying again. So yeah, we're going to head off home now, guys, and we'll see you in a bit.
Snow's melting. So it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't actually know what happened to the morning. It just seemed to disappear. It's gone, but the snow is going too, on the roads at least, which is a good thing because I can't stand driving on the roads when they're icy and snowy. So first thing this morning, snow was really quite heavy. Skies were completely dark, couldn't see, you know, when it's proper white out, you couldn't see. So the kids were hoping that well, the older ones were hoping that the school would be closed. The younger ones just wanted to go and play in it. But I'd seen the weather report and knew that it was probably going to be sunny for the rest of the day. So as normal here in Scotland, they just go to school when it's snowing. Nothing stops really much up here. It only stops if it's really bad or if teachers can't get into the school, because obviously we might not get it quite as bad here in Lossie because we're right on the coast. So we don't often get it really bad. I'm trying to find a place where it's not really sunny. But some people will come in from other parts of like further out where it can get really bad. So like some of the parts of Aberdeenshire and stuff get really heavy snow, and then the roads you just can't get out on the roads. But the majority of the time they just go to school. They put their snow boots on and go to school. I've seen a lot of today, because they've got snow in England, that the schools are closed. And obviously we come from Cornwall, so you know, we were in the same. It's probably why we're so soft when it comes to snow up here, because you know, when we were small, if it snowed, everything closed. You know, the roads were carnage, the schools closed, everything closed, because it just didn't happen very often. But obviously up here in Scotland, everything just carries on pretty much. It's got to be pretty bad for things to stop. So it's taken us a few years to get used to that. But the kids will still hold out for a snow day if they can. But I know that Agnes was over the moon because their teacher said make sure they take a change of clothes in because we're going to go out and play in the snow. So she was just overjoyed to be going to school, because they went out and played in the snow this morning, because she has literally got the best teacher in the world. So yeah, it's beautiful when it's sunny and snowy. It is beautiful, and you know, it doesn't actually feel as cold as it actually is. I think it's like minus something. Last night I went and picked the Olivia up from dancing about 9 o'clock, and it was -3, but it didn't actually, because it's still and there was no wind, it didn't actually feel that cold. This is me, the one that gets really cold and wears the massive coat all the time, but it didn't feel that cold. And I actually took the girls to dancing yesterday when it was -2 without a coat on, I mean, yes, it was 20 degrees in my car, but I still had to get from my house to my car. So, you know, I still had a hat. But anyway, I don't know if we're expecting more snow. Again, the kids are holding out for the fact that we'll still get that snow day. I'm like, we won't. But they did say it might snow again overnight. So I'm not sure really. Ben's on late. So he's just gone to work. And I really don't know what happened to the morning. It's just kind of gone. Obviously, Ben went to the meeting with Charlotte, but it was cancelled. So that kind of, at least they got to the supermarket because they didn't have what we needed in the co-op this morning. I just don't even know. This week has just been a blur because Ben's on late. It's really, because he leaves at like 1:30, 2ish, because he's had other appointments to go to as well. So he's been leaving about 1:30, 2 o'clock. And then he's not back until about 11. It kind of means that whole part of the day is well, it's down to me. So the kind of school pickup, after school carnage, after school clubs, dance lessons, all those sorts of things, bedtime, tea time, is all down to me. And obviously it's much easier when there's two of you, because he will take over doing dinner while I kind of go and do all the little jobs that need doing, like washing. But when you're on your own, you've kind of got to think, right, how am I going to do this and where am I going to do that? And obviously the girls are great. They help out all the time with bedtime and things like that. But it's the nights when they have dance lessons that are really kind of logistically a bit of a nightmare, because I've got to work out how I'm going to get them to where they need to be. And like the little ones have got dance lessons, so I've got to take all of them over, and it can just be a little bit of a logistical nightmare. But you know, like I said the other day, we managed to get everybody to where they need to be. It's just quite it's quite tiring when you're on your own, because you still find yourself tidying up at like 8, 9 o'clock at night. And then I normally will then cook dinner for me and whoever's got in late from dance lessons or whatever. So really, when you want to just sit down and go to sleep, you've then got to go and cook another meal. So yeah, it is what it is. But I must admit, late's aren't my favourites. It's just, I like things in their little routine that we normally have, where, you know, he goes off and does the daytime and comes back for the evening. But you know, that's work, isn't it? That's what happens. So yeah, we just manage. I haven't managed to get what I've wanted to get done this week either. Like last week I blitzed the lounge and did a little bit every day, and this week has just not happened. I wanted to do the hallway, sort all the shoes out, because there's loads of the kids' feet have grown and they need new shoes, and because it's winter, the shoes are just constantly getting minging from being out in the woods. Obviously they've all got walking boots, which they're wearing at the moment, because, you know, they're waterproof in the snow and all that sort of stuff. But normal shoes still get, you know, muddy and everything else. So, and I looked at Toby's the other day, I was like, oh my God, you need new shoes. So I've been trying to have a bit of a blitz and do that, but quite often, so the baby will nap in her pushchair, which is in the hallway. So I kind of can't do it when she's asleep. And so much has just got in the way this week. Like we've had appointments and, you know, just people to see and things to do. And when Ben's at work, I can kind of get my morning stuff done, in the bed change in the bathrooms and all that. And then I've been able to do other bits. But this week it's just not happened. We've just, obviously, like I said, we've had appointments some mornings. We had an appointment with the school the other morning. And just actually, I don't know if I've spoken about that yet. I might not have done. Yeah, but it's just been one of those weeks where you think I'm going to do that and it doesn't happen. And I've kind of had to, for me, I find that quite difficult when I've set my mind to something and I think I must get that done. If I don't get it done, I still reprimand myself in my head going, you should have got that done. So I'm getting much better at saying to myself, it didn't happen, it's not going to happen, give yourself a break, start again next week, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Although I have just been starting to go through some of the pairs of shoes and getting rid of the ones that have got like holes in them and stuff, because you just don't notice sometimes. And then you look at their feet and you think, you've got holes in your shoes, they've got to go. Yeah, actually, I will say one thing. So my kids are quite hard on shoes, and the little ones, especially Leah especially, so I've always bought them like nice kind of what you'd call girly kind of school shoes, and they just wreck them within weeks. I mean, Leah wrecked her last pair within the first week of school. So this time I went for black Adidas trainers, completely black, and they've still got them now. So they started school in August, we're in March, and they've lasted really, really, really well. I know a lot of schools don't let them wear things like that, but honestly, they've lasted so well. They're just the Velcro ones as well, so, you know, easy for them to do. They've lasted so well. I'm so pleased I bought them. And they're comfy for them as well, because they're always running around outside. So they spend a lot of time outside up here, even in the freezing cold weather. They get them outside to play. So they do spend a lot of time running around. So they've been good, really good. I don't know if Ben's spoken about this actually, and he's gone to work, so I can't ask him about the appointment we had with the school the other day for Charlotte. I think we kind of came to quite a good kind of setup. Obviously, everybody knows I've been worrying about sending her back. I've been umming and ahhing about whether it's the right thing to do. She's not sure whether it's been the right thing to do. Obviously, we've had issues with support and things like that, but, you know, at the end of the day, to go down and have a meeting, it was for Charlotte's benefit, and for, you know, I kind of just wanted to put everything aside and say, yes, this is what's happened. You know, we haven't had the support that we wanted, but we should, not even that we wanted, that she should have got. But I don't want to get into arguments about it or anything like that. I just want to move on and try and get her what she needs now. And I think, you know, they were really good about it. They're really, really helpful. And I think we've worked out a kind of plan to get her back slow time. So not back full time until after the summer holidays, really, but because obviously her year has got exams coming up and she won't be sitting in the exams this year, but just to get her back into the building and slowly kind of get into things a little bit. And then maybe when they go back, a timetable change, which here is May, after the exams, to get her back in a bit more. And then obviously after summer to get her back maybe nearly full time or part time, but, you know, with a little bit of leeway there. So I think it was quite productive. I'm quite pleased. As I said, the school were really good when we went down, really helpful. I think a lot of things since COVID, it's become a very, and I said this at the meeting, you know, it's become a very them and us. And because we couldn't have contact by going into the school building for such a long time. And I felt it with the primary as well. Although obviously I know them a lot better at the primary school because we've been there like forever. You know, all those little times that you would have just dropped into the school to have a chat, you couldn't do that because of, you know, you weren't allowed in the building or all those sorts of things. So that has become, and I get, you know, it's equally as difficult for them as it has been for parents. So, you know, I think it's a difficult situation for everybody, really. It's been a difficult few years since the pandemic for teachers, for parents, for students especially. So, you know, fingers crossed she can go back. I mean, a lot of people have said, are you sure it's the right thing to do? Are you sure she should go back? Should she? And no, to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure we're making the right decision. I'm not sure that, you know, what they say in theory is going to be taken out in practice. I'm not sure about any of it, but all I know is, you know, what's been suggested in theory is good. And if it doesn't pan out, or if at any point, and I said this at the meeting, you know, if at any point I feel that things aren't going as they should be, or Charlotte is struggling, then I'll be taking her straight back out, you know, because her mental health is more important, and, you know, these other things can be caught up with at a later date. So yeah. And like I said to her, if at any point that she feels that she's struggling, that she feels that she's, you know, getting into trouble again, or not coping, then she needs to speak to us and them, or them and us, whatever, straight away, because I don't want it to get to the point that it has done, because she's done so well in her kind of recovery so far. I know we've got a long way to go. She knows she's got a long way to go, but we're getting there, and you know, that's we're on the up. So yeah, anyway, I don't know if Ben's spoken about that, but I'll put it in there anyway. So baby's not feeling very well today. She's got a bit of a rattly chest, she's got a cold, she's very grouchy. She's having a nap at the moment because she had 20 minutes this morning instead of like any longer. So yeah, she's a bit grouchy, bless her. But I've now got about half an hour, I think, before the school pick up. So I'm going to run around and do all the jobs that I need to do before I've got to go and pick them up from school, and then do all the after school stuff. So I'll speak to you again in a bit. Another thing, actually, I'm thinking of doing a vlog on is, so Eva is going off on her P7 residential trip at the end of the month, which is the first time she's been away from home. I think I spoke about it in one of the other vlogs because Lizzie went, but the other three didn't go because theirs all ended up falling in the same year, and it just was and they weren't really bothered about going anyway, to be honest. So Eva's got her residential end of this month. I've been putting together a few bits and pieces that she needs to take with her. I've ordered a couple of extra bits because she didn't have enough like fleece, you know, because they're better to layer up and all that sort of stuff. Some bits we've had from the older ones. Lizzie's got some like long sleeves, like base layers if you like, so I'm going to borrow bits and pieces from them. But I thought I would do a vlog nearer the time, to be a couple of weeks time, on kind of what she's taking. Eva's not the most organised person in the world, bless her. She's very, very creative, very artistic, not organised whatsoever. So I'm going to kind of bag everything up separately for her, so it'll be easy for her to work out. It's not that she, you know, it's just, that's just how she is. It's not that she's not capable. It's just, she just doesn't think like that, you know. It's just clothes, she'll chuck them on, but she'd quite easily just leave her wet clothes and then go, oh, they're wet. So I'm going to try and sort of bag things up with her and sort of say, you know, right, this is for wet stuff, this is for dry stuff, make sure she's got enough things, because they're going to be doing outside activities most of the days. She actually went over to a Gordonston, which is the local kind of private boarding school. It's where like Prince Charles and everybody went to school, so it's quite close to here. And Lizzie actually used to swim over there, use their pool. The swim club, that was one of the places they used to swim. And quite often they used to play the netball team as well. So there's been, I think Noah's played their football team over there. So they quite often go over to kind of sports and things like that. So they went over there, her P7s went over there yesterday after school and did lots of like team building exercises and all those sorts of things, because they do lots of those things here in the build up to going into high school. They do lots of team building, they do lots of just different kind of getting together with other primary schools and stuff. Really good transition stuff in getting them ready to go to S1. So she really, really enjoyed it. And I know Eva loves being outside, but she's not always, it's not that she's not part of the team, but she's quite, she likes to do things on her own. She's quite a solitary kind of character. She likes to read, she likes to draw, she's quite happy with her own company. So getting involved in team building and stuff for her can be a little bit tricky for her sometimes, but she had a great time last night. So I think it's kind of, I'm quite pleased, because she wasn't sure about going. She didn't want to go at first, and she didn't go to the first week. But last night she came back and she was like, it was really good fun. You know, I don't normally work well as, I don't normally like being in a team of people, but she said, I really enjoyed it. You know, it was really good. We worked with the boys, and, you know, everybody got on really well, and it was really good fun. So I think that's kind of put my mind at rest a little bit about going on her residential, in that I know that I knew she would enjoy it anyway, but I know that she kind of is one of those kids that needs a bit of quiet time to herself as well. She'll quite often just go off to her bedroom and just spend a few hours or a couple of hours on her own reading or whatever. She kind of needs that quiet time too. But anyway, I'm going to do a vlog on what she's going to take. So that's one vlog. And I'm also going to do a vlog, cast your mind back to when we had all the problem last year with E.ON Energy. And when they tried to charge us, was it 35 grand, I think, for our energy bill? Made a mistake and tried to charge us 4 grand a month for our direct debit. Now, bear that in mind, because I'm going to do a vlog over the next few days about what's happened recently with them, because I'm quite annoyed. And I'm also going to go through things like, I mean, I knew about the price guarantee and all that sort of stuff, the cap and everything, but I haven't actually looked at it to see how much money it is actually saving us. And, you know, with the government stepping in and putting in this price cap, if you like, I hadn't actually realised how much the energy companies, it's all there on the bill, but you don't always check it, do you? Your life goes on, you're busy, you know, you don't check it. So I'm going to go through, because I've been through and I've compared our bill now to what we were paying in March 2021. And there's a massive, I mean, huge, without the price cap guarantee, it would be going up, our energy would be going up from, our gas would be going up from 6p to 16p. And we were paying 2p back then. So I'm not going to put it all in this one, because I could just go on forever. But I am going to do a vlog about that over the next couple of days. But now I've got to go because Joseph's screaming me and I need to go and get them from school. Okay, so that's it. That's the day pretty much done. The little one's all in bed. Liv's still out at dancing, but she'll be back about 8 o'clock. Still got to cook some dinner for us after she gets back. Everybody else has had dinner. Little ones have gone to bed, as I just said. Just got to do some tidying up in the kitchen. I am in my hoodie now because it's cold, and and I've got my pajamas on, to be perfectly honest with you. I've got my pajamas on. It's like 7:30. They go on as soon as I don't have to leave the house again. Actually, that's a lie, because I do sometimes go out with my pajamas on to pick the girls up from places, but I don't have to get out of the car. So, you know, pretty much as soon as if I'm in the house, the little ones have gone to bed, my pajamas are on. That's just the way it is. And if I have to go out again, that's not the supermarket or anywhere that I might actually be seen, then they're still going on, really. So yeah, that's it. That's the day. So I hope you've enjoyed our bit of a catch-up video. Don't forget to drop us a like, subscribe if you're not already, and we will see you in the next video.